This morning, we've got two wonderful musical guests. Please join me in welcoming Beverly Elliot and Chris Noland.
Good morning, everyone. Please sing along if you know this. Heaven guide me, heaven show me the way, heaven guide me, heaven show me the way. When I'm lost and confused, heaven lead the way. When I'm reaching for you, will you meet me halfway? Heaven guide me, heaven show me the way, heaven guide me, heaven show me the way. When I'm lost and confused, heaven lead the way. When I'm reaching for you, will you meet me halfway? Heaven guide me, heaven show me the way, heaven guide me, heaven show me the way, heaven guide me, heaven show me the way, heaven guide me, heaven show me the way. Thank you. Good morning. That sounds like a nice one to just remind ourselves of all the help that's available. We are not alone. Here's a song about believing in your dreams. It's called Prayer for Sally. I wrote this for my daughter. May you lay down in green grass and count all the stars, sleep under the moonlight and travel to Mars. May you count all your blessings and bless what is true. May you carry love with you. May you breathe in the ocean, laugh in the rain, sail into the sunset and come home again. May you whisper your secrets to the one that you choose. May you carry love with you. Fly far, have faith in every dream, 'cause you are more than you can believe. May you listen for snowflakes that dance in the wind, walk through the wheat fields and know where you've been. May you learn from your sorrows, forgive when you lose. May you carry love with you. Fly far, have faith in every dream, 'cause you are all that you can believe. May you always have sunshine after the rain. Stand on a mountain and sing out your name. May you honor and treasure a heart that is true. May you carry love with you. La la la, la la la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la la la, la 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 la. May you carry love with you. May you carry love with you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're going to do another favorite one of our Unity preludes, and hopefully you might know this one too. You might remember it. It's very repetitive, kind of meditation, so just listen along and soon you'll know it, and just open up, start singing with us. You are sacred love, sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love, sacred love is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. You are sacred peace, sacred peace is all that you are. You are sacred peace, sacred peace is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. You are deepest joy, deepest joy is all that you are. You are deepest joy, deepest joy is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Such a holy place. You are sacred love, sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love, sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love, sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love, sacred love is all that you are. All that you are, it's all that you are. Thank you.
My name is Randy Purcell, and I'm honored to be your host this morning. And I'd like to get us started off this morning with an affirmation. In Unity, we have what is called the One Power Affirmation. And so let us now recite this affirmation all together now. There is only one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life. God, the good, omnipotent. And now, to lead us in our meditation this morning, the Reverend Bob Trask.
So if you'll just take a deep breath, not super deep, not strenuous, just a deep and pleasant breath in through your nose. And when you let it go out through your mouth, let your whole body just relax. Don't force the breath out, nor force the breath in. Just let it relax. And to know that every cell in your body is sacred. Every organ in your body is a miracle. Your wonderful brain has more connections than all of the stars in our galaxy. And your mind is the connection between you and eternity. Let us go with a sense of bliss into a quietness. And let's let it envelop us. And let us know that all is well. That all is good. That all is God. And that all is love. And whatever is not good in God and love is not true. You, O pure and blessed child of the universe, you are right where you're supposed to be. And in this quiet time, can you just open your heart, not to love God, but to let God love you, not to love Holy Spirit or the Creator or your great talent or your great mind, but to let those things love you in your heart as a child, as a pure and totally innocent, completely forgiven child of light. I know that in your daily life, you have felt a little bit pushed, as though you should, you ought to, you could have, a little bit burdened by obligation. But right now, at least for the next 5 minutes, can you not be obligated to anyone or to anything? Can you just be rocked in the gentle cradle of love that is Holy Spirit that dwells in you as you and is eternally you? Can we just be comfortable and smiling in that cradle of love for 5 minutes with no thought at all, only the sensation of being cared for and protected? And now, as we near the end of our meditation, I ask that you please join me in sending a special blessing from this place of pure joy and pure love to Lynn Keeling, who made her transition on Friday evening, and to Ralph, her husband, and when we also send our love and our healing blessings to all the Indigenous families who have you are in a beautiful, beautiful and blessed place to let the music come into you and to let my message come into you. Please stay in this place. Don't go back into analyzing and figuring it out. Just be peace and let love come to you. In 60 seconds, we will hear Beverly and Chris begin once again to make their beautiful music. And when they do, please allow yourself to come back to the sanctuary.
Midwest morning, October snowfall. She packed her Chevrolet. She brushed her fears away. She's got a great big dream and a history of playing small. Everybody seems to think that she'll be back before Christmas Day. But she hit that highway with every ounce of faith that she could summon. When courage finally comes, you never see it coming, right out of nowhere. Just open your heart, that changes everything. You're going somewhere. And all you need to know is that you're free to go. A summer's night, the soft smell of seashore, and all the people dancing out on the beach. He's got a 10-year tan in his own little junk store. He says, some people got a lot to prove, and that's the way I used to be. But now I'm just an old hippie with a half a dozen PhDs. Some choices hold you down, some chances set you free, right out of nowhere. Just open your heart, let go of everything. You're going somewhere. And all you need to know is that you're free to go. Dream, and the way will be clear. Pray, and the angels will hear. Leap, and the net will appear right out of nowhere. Just open your heart, believe in everything. You're going somewhere. And all you need to know is that you're free right out of nowhere. Just open your heart, let go of everything. You're going somewhere. And all you need to know is that you're free. You're free. You're free to go.
Please join me in welcoming for this morning's talk, Reverend Bob Trask.
Thank you so much to Beverly and Chris, my dear sister and brother. God, it's such a pleasure to be able to work with you guys. My dear friends who are watching and listening, I wonder if you know how worthy you are of love. I wonder if you know how worthy you are of having your dreams come true. Because you see, the only thing that keeps us from having our dreams come true is self-worth, is whether we deserve it. Because nobody, not Rockefeller, not Einstein, no one in history was more worthy than you. They were all worthy, but not more worthy than you. You're completely worthy of having all your dreams come true. But only that will happen when you know that your dreams are sacred. They're not fantasies. They're sacred. We're talking about the calling that's calling from within you, that's calling from your heart, that will guide you to becoming the most powerful, complete, fulfilled, true self you can possibly imagine. And the only way that we can do that is to follow your joy. Or as our dear departed Joseph Campbell said, to follow your bliss, to follow your joy. We must be willing to dream. We must dare to imagine, dare to claim our joy, dare to claim our rightful destiny. Your dream's not fantasy. So as I said, your dream is not fantasy. It's inscribed in your soul. It's your sacred guiding star. And it's guiding you along your true life path. You see, there is this dream, this amazing central dream, this big dream. The dream that is the imagination that's creating the universe. And that dream can have several different names. One of them is Holy Spirit. It's actually the presence of it's actually the presence of what we call God. That is the dream. And I know that might fly in the face of what some people think are God, because some people think God is this guy in the sky. But God is more than that. God is a presence that's present in every element of the universe. And that's all held together and constantly evolving and being created by the sacred dream of all. And we each have a fragment of that overall sacred dream to hold and to express in our own way. And when we forget to follow that path, we fall out of grace. We fall out of nature. And then our lives begin spiraling into disarray, don't they? And our personal dreams become nightmares, and our lives descend into chaos. And on the paths of our dreams, we're going to encounter a lot of obstacles. And every one of them will be filled with temptations. And the temptation is to mistrust or to doubt ourselves. And then, if the dream is not truly alive in us, if we do not have that guiding star, those temptations and doubts will turn into a fog of confusion. We get lost in that fog, and our self-confidence drains away. And when we face those obstacles, what's the source then of our clarity? How do we stay clear? What's the source of our clarity? And what's the source of our courage? The courage to step forward and move through those blocks. What's the source of our clarity and our courage? Is it not the flowing energy of the universe that we call love? Isn't that it? Isn't that the actual presence of Holy Spirit? When you have someone in the hospital who is ill, and you're visiting them, and you're trying to do whatever you can to make them feel better, isn't that energy that's flowing through you love? When you look at a child's face, isn't that energy that's flowing through you love? And isn't that the connection between each one of us that uplifts us and that makes us whole and that heals us? And isn't love the power of a rose growing? Isn't love the power of the full moon? The life of each other, the love of adventure, and the marching at the forefront of our lives filled with love and self-confidence. That's the passionate energy that comes to those who have a dream and who dare to follow it. That's being totally alive. And when we lose that light, the light that comes from our dream, our passion dies, and with it the power to overcome challenges and to know joy. Your dream's an important part of the one great dream that's unfolding and creating all universes in all dimensions. You know something? You are the only child of that great presence. We hear that Jesus is the only Son of God. It was absolutely true. He was the only Son of God. And you are the only child, the only son, or the only daughter of God. You are the only one. You are the only one, you are the only you that will ever exist, that will ever be. No one else who has ever lived or ever will live can fulfill your dream, can know your dream. Imagine when everyone's following their personal dream. Imagine for a minute with John Lennon. Imagine the whole world, everyone following their own personal dream. And then we fit together like pieces of a puzzle. And there's no more chaos, and there's no more disturbance and competition and anger and hatred and war and poverty, and all that stuff goes away. Your individual sacred dream joins with the implicate order of the universe, and you become one with the seasons, with the bees pollinating flowers, and with all living things as they connect and relate to each other. And then we know that the universe is not made of dead rocks hurtling through space or lifeless energy or of emptiness. Instead, we realize that the cosmos is God, pulsing and conscious, bringing and longing to bring beauty, birthing blue-green planets, spiral galaxies, and more than 20,000 species of butterflies right here on Earth, and creating our ability to attain our dreams. It's sometimes tempting, isn't it, to replace our true dreams, our true sacred dreams, with dreams of being famous or having great fortunes or of power or more Facebook friends. Meanwhile, we, the human family, are facing a global crisis, climate change, to species extinction, war, starving families, famine, disease, all of which are calling us to dare to dream for ourselves and for the world. Dare to be who we came here to be. The path to sacred dreams is ephemeral, constantly changing and evolving, surprising you at every turn, demanding that you act boldly and courageously. When you dream, when you dare to dream and to follow your dream, a life of beautiful mysteries and adventure is waiting for you. And the wind is at your back. And when you dream, when you dare to dream and to follow your dream, when you dare.
Life can be what I make it to be. Everything real comes naturally. Magic is with me in a place I can't see when I dream. When I dream of the mountains that one day I'll climb, or travel the ocean inside my mind. Everything's possible, everything's fine when I dream. When I dream. Anytime I go inside, ask the questions in my mind, relax and breathe, enjoy the ride. Mystery adventure is waiting for me. I let myself float in the wings of desire, turning that feeling of passion to fire. Letting go is all that's required when I dream. When I dream. Anytime I go inside and ask the questions in my mind, relax and breathe, enjoy the ride. Mystery adventure is waiting for me. I let myself float in the wings of desire, turning that feeling of passion to fire. Letting go is all that's required when I dream. When I dream. La la la, la la la. La 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 la, la la la, la 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 la.
When I dream, when you dream, when we dream together, and our dreams fold together, it's like you and I are dancing in this marvelous ballroom to beautiful music, just flowing through when we dream. When we dare to dream, when you dare to dream and I dare to dream, your dream and mine fold together. They're not the same dream, but they support each other. But one of us has to be willing to step forward and dare to dream. And when I mean dream, let the dream inside of you come out. And how will you know when you're dreaming? How will you know if you're following a sacred dream and not a fantasy? How will you know? You'll find inside of you an exciting possibility that seems so much larger than you and feels impossible to accomplish, but it will be an image that you can't deny. You can't forget. One that, if not followed, haunts you, and your daily life feels less valuable because you're not accomplishing it, because you're not following it. So then here you are with this great urgency going on, with this great calling inside of you to do, be, and have something, and you want it with all of your heart, but you don't know how to do it, and it seems so big, and you don't even know where to start. Then comes faith. Then comes trust. Trust in the universe. Trust in the one great power of all that is inside of you, that we call God. Even the size of a mustard seed of faith in a whole universe of dark doubt, even that much faith clung to, then your sacred dream launches you on a mission. Just a step at a time. You don't have to eat the whole watermelon at once. Just a bite at a time. It launches you on a mission, just as it did with Martin Luther King Jr., just as it did with Nelson Mandela, with Oprah Winfrey, with Mahatma Gandhi, and with Margaret Atwood. But you say, I'm not Gandhi, and I'm not Atwood. Well, then your dream is not to lead 1 billion people to freedom, or maybe to write a bestseller. But what if your destiny is to do something far greater than you've imagined until this moment? Only when you're living your truth can the creative power of the universe become available to you. Then you'll dare to always speak the truth, with the wind at your back, with the wind of the universe at your back, with the Spirit of God in you. You'll be able to perform daily acts of courage, and your life will feel balanced as never before, and you'll bring light and joy into our world. So here's how. Here's how we find and follow our sacred dreams. We must first bring that dream to us now. We can't say, I'm creating that in the future, because we can't create in the future. We're not in the future. Our only creation is right here, right now. So if we want the future to be different, we can't create it in the future. We have to create the future now. You know how we do that? We envision how that dream will be. And boy, when I say envision it, I mean envision it. I mean, you have to be able to see the dream complete, fully accomplished. And then we must feel inside of us the emotions, the thrills, the satisfaction of having that dream. I'm not talking about tomorrow, I'm talking about right now. We have Beverly and Chris with us today. They're renowned musicians, renowned all over Canada and elsewhere in the world. You think they just sort of fell into that? They had a dream. I had a dream. Step by step, bite by bite of the watermelon, little by little, with faith, with trust, falling down, getting back up, falling down, getting back up, following the dream, because the dream is life itself. It's everything. If you let go of the dream, you stop mattering. You stop having meaning. So you find that dream and you imagine it being fulfilled right now. That's how dreams come true. That's how miracles are created, not by fantasizing, but by creating. And the only place we can create is right here and right now. So to make them real, let's write them out. So it isn't just a fantasy. Once you put it down on a piece of paper, it's real. Write it or type it out. Get the details, all the details, as many details as you can in there. Take some time to do that and make it a joyful thing. Like you're creating your life, like you're an architect building the most incredible mansion for yourself. Write every detail you can think of it and edit it, rewrite it until it's tight and perfect description of what you want to be and to do and to have. Then several times every day, read it aloud and feel it being true. That's the important part. The important part is to feel it. And because you see, in this great vast universe, the unspoken universe, the invisible universe, the great cosmos, there is nothing that doesn't already exist in possibility. What changes it from possibility to actualization is you connecting with it as a vision and then feeling it in your heart. But until you can feel it, it's not real. So feel it. Feel the accomplishment of it. Feel the joy of it today. Several times a day, read that over. Feel it being true, not coming true, but being true. And remember, we have no creative ability in the future. The only place we can create is right now, right here, right now, at this minute, wherever you're sitting. If you look around the room that you're in, it's filled with space. The space is filled with the Holy Spirit, with creative presence. You're filled with it right now. All you need to do is dare to trust it. Right now, we can create the life we want by experiencing it and experiencing its truth and its emotions and then letting its structure appear. That's what we're about here at Unity of Vancouver. We're about making dreams come true. We're about common sense spirituality, not religiosity. We're about reaching out and touching the dark corners of the world. And if you will just realize and follow your sacred dream, you'll be walking beside me in this movement as we bring light of truth into the darkest corners of the world. Not religion. No, we're not bringing religion. We're bringing the spirituality of common sense, of unconditional, healing, universal love for all creatures everywhere, everywhere, with love, everywhere.
You're hearing the call, feeling the pull, but it's buried deep inside. When you were young, when you were brave, you used to try it on for size. Then you were lost, then you forgot, and life got in the way. But every day brings a new chance, and every song has its own dance. So take the floor, find your feet, start to move to your own beat. Start living the dream it was meant to be. Like an old friend calling again. You haven't seen it in a while. Maybe you'll laugh, maybe you'll cry, but it's gonna make you smile. Open your eyes, open your heart, and just remember who you are. 'Cause every day brings a new chance, and every song has its own dance. So take the floor, find your feet, start to move to your own beat. Start living your dreams. They were meant to be. Time has always been on your side. How much longer are you gonna hide? 'Cause every day brings a new chance, and every song has its own dance. So take the floor, find your feet, start to move to your own beat. Start living your dreams. They were meant to be. 'Cause every day brings a new chance, and every song has its own dance. So take the floor, find your feet, start to move to your own beat. Start living your dreams. 'Cause they were meant to be.
Oh, thank you, dear Beverly and Chris. You know that they wrote that song just for this service, just for us, about our dreams. You know, with Beverly and Chris and the staff and all the rest of us at Vancouver Unity, we have a dream. We do. We have a dream. We're building a spiritual center here, an international spiritual center of healing, spiritual healing. And every day as we build that, we're taking step after step in our dream, and we're reaching out with this message and with other messages. We're creating a worldwide broadcasting system, and we're reaching into the darkest corners of the world and the darkest corners of Vancouver. And there's so much sorrow this week in Vancouver and in BC, and we're reaching into those dark corners.
And we have 3 highly trained prayer chaplains available to pray with you this morning in a private room. They are Margaret McLeod, Marion Dick, and Margaret Sarkissian. We'll be giving complete instructions on how to do that at the conclusion of the service. As well, if you'd like to attend a spiritual wisdom circle, please feel very, very welcome. And just a reminder that our next gathering will be on Saturday, June the 5th at 9 a.m. And next week, please join us for our Sunday talk, which will be Peace is the Ultimate Power. And as the sign says, our Q&A starts now. And I'd like to begin with a question that was received anonymously, Bob. And it says this. It seems many people become reluctant to dream or pursue their dreams as they get a little older. But shouldn't we become more powerful metaphysically as we age?
Whoever you are, Anonymous, I wish you left your name, because that's a wonderful question. It's almost a statement, isn't it? I can tell you from my life, I've never been able to feel as full of accomplishment or accomplishment ability as I am right now. I tell you that as you grow in age, you grow in wisdom. And if you allow yourself to believe the baloney that comes out from the press, and even from some doctors and some medical organizations that say that as you get older, you start getting weaker and you have to sort of don't ever buy a house with stairs because you won't be able to climb, all that nonsense, just nonsense. You are and when you have reached a full and ripe age, you are now finally out of school. You've graduated. You now have the ability to do and to be and to have and to make a contribution to the world. And way too many of us, as soon as we get a little bit of gray hair, start grabbing for the rocking chair. Don't let it touch your butt. Don't do it. Thank you.
Okay, and our second question comes from Janet Law, who asks, is it important to share your dream with absolutely everyone you meet?
Well, thank you, Janet. That's really a good question. I must caution you to be careful about sharing your dream because we have a tendency to be watered down by other people's opinions, even the strongest of us. And people say, are you kidding? That's not possible. And, look at your history. You've never done anything like that. And not only that, but all these people have tried it and it never worked. And besides that, the economy is like this and the COVID's like this. And this is like, you've got to be careful. You need to create, deliberately create a support team. Deliberately. Not maybe people even in your family. People who can believe in you and believe in your dream and believe that you can be more than you ever dreamed you could be, that you could do and have more than you ever dreamed, and that they can believe in that with you and hold that vision with you. Those are the people you share with and share continually with because they need to know how it's going. Don't let anybody else know what you're doing. Just surprise them. Thank you.
Nice, nice. Our next question comes from Barbara Lee, who asks, I have a passion towards helping animals if they are suffering. I seem to be in situations often where there are animals in great need. Is that part of my sacred dream or an aspect of a greater dream that I can envision?
Oh, good question. Good question. Good question. And especially works for me because I live in a house with a wife and daughter who are both animal lovers and who cry every time they see an animal injured. So I understand entirely. And the question is actually the statement. God bless you for your concern and for your empathy and for your healing love for injured animals. God bless you for that. God blesses you for that. And yes, it is part of a greater dream. But don't worry about the greater dream. Just follow the dream that you have right now, which is helping animals and curing animals, and keep your heart and your mind open to what else will occur. Keep working forward and doing everything you can to make the healing of animals more and more your life, and let it develop as it will. And it'll fulfill your heart like nothing else ever has. And I know you know that from the work you've already done. Thank you.
Here's a great question, Bob. It asks, is it important to ask for what you want and accept what you receive, even if it is not exactly what you initially asked for?
Absolutely. 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 Because see, we have a vision, that's our dream, and then we have a mission to that. And as we walk our mission toward that, as I said in my talk, we have come all these surprises, these little twists and turns, and suddenly we get this thing that's not at all aligned with our dream. And we say, well, what's this? What's going on here? These steps that come along, these things that come along, that seem not to be part of our dream. These things that happen are part of the pathway to our dream. We don't design that pathway. What we do as best we can, but it's got to be flexible because the great spirit of life knows who you are and knows what you have to go through in order to become everything you need to be. And the great spirit of life on your way to the dream, and that's why your dream's sacred, is because it's calling you along that path of obstacles. And you'll bump into these things, and sometimes it will break your heart. Sometimes it will hurt you. Sometimes you'll say, I guess my dream's not possible. Don't go there. This is one of the steps to your dream. Thank you.
Okay, and our next question is it a betrayal of the dream to be happy with the life that hasn't gotten you there yet, like a job that could lead to the dream and equally could not?
You know, here's the thing, is that you can have a job that you really like, and you can say, this is not my life's work, this is not my dream, but I really like it, and I like the people, and I like the work, and so I like this. That's not an accident. It's not an accident that you have that job that you like. It keeps your energy going. It keeps your positive energy flowing. It keeps the love within you as a force of creation. But you also can create your dream around that. It's not either or. It's not either or. I mean, I know people I know an attorney who's also a rap singer. I mean, I know there's a guy I knew. Let me just tell you the story quickly. There's a guy that I was very fortunate to know, and he lives here in Washington State. His father was an attorney. He grew up recognizing that attorney was probably his life, went through college, went through law school, became an attorney, worked as an attorney for several years, and said, you know, when I drive down the highway, I look at these buildings being built, and I look in magazines of architecture, and this is not my life. My life is to be an architect. And he went back to school and became a certified licensed architect and began designing buildings and designing edifices and doing well and being successful. And after a few years, he said, you know, this is not what I want to do. I'm a healer. I want to be a doctor. And he went back to school and became a doctor. And he's one of the most highly recognized doctors in Washington State. So yeah, you'll find a place where you're happy. You'll find a place that you like. And maybe you can stay there until your dream unfolds. But don't get anchored into something that's not yours. Dare to dream. Dare to follow your dream. You're working 8 hours a day. You're alive 24 hours a day. That means if you sleep 8 hours a night, there's another 8 hours free for you to follow your dream. Thank you.
And I think we can be pretty safe to say that it's never a betrayal or a mistake to be happy.
Boy, you're not kidding. You're not
It's
kidding.
never.
Because we can't get there except by joy.
Exactly. In fact, joy empowers you to manifest at a higher speed. So,
absolutely.
Okay, so the next question comes from Noah, and I'm going to try and read it the way that it's written. I think it must have been typed on a text. It says, I thought I know what my dream is. Now I have a feeling, might be a knowing, that there is a greater dream. Well, your talk seems like a work, Bob. A greater calling. I have no clarity on it, though. How do I find access to this greater dream? How do I open the door to this greater vision to be of service to humanity? No more time to sit on the fence, trusting others resonate with this feeling. So it's really, how do I clarify that the dream that's wanting to be born?
No, you just opened the treasure box. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. So here's the thing. You have a dream, and you say, you know, I like this dream, and it enthralls me, and it enchants me, and it calls me, but I don't think it's my big dream. My bigger dream is something bigger than this. Here's what happens. You select whatever Whatever you can see, that's why it's called a vision. Whatever you can see in your mind right now that fulfills you, and you go for that with all the gusto you have. You open your heart and you get your energy going and you create that dream. And then when you create that dream and it comes into fulfillment, you'll find that it was a stepping stone toward the next dream. Because you see, and I didn't say this in my talk, and I haven't said it yet here, there is no ultimate dream. Every time you accomplish your dream, you recognize that there's another one a little farther away. When you're climbing a mountain, when you come up over what you can see is the top of the mountain, as you come over the ridge, you can see that the mountain is beyond that. And then you're climbing again, and you keep going over ridge after ridge up the mountain. If you are on the path of your sacred dream through a lifetime, you probably will accomplish a dozen or more dreams that you thought were the dream as you move farther and farther up the mountain into the light and become more and more of who you are. Beautiful question. Go for it, Noah.
Okay, and we have another question that's come in anonymously, and I think it's a great one, particularly in light, I think we've been studying this on Wednesday nights with Dr. Joe Dispenza. The question is, the task of feeling positive emotions when visioning feels impossible to me. I am really stuck. I have tried so many times and cannot feel anything powerful. Most times I end up sad and frustrated. Any tips on how I can conjure up positive emotion? The idea that by visioning the emotions and by feeling the emotions, that it will help for things to come has not been working for me.
Well, that's a really good question, and it's a good question for us to work on. See, here's the thing. There's some of us that have really unbelievable imaginations. And to some degree, those are even problematic because they lead us off on all kinds of fantasy trails. For other people, being in imagination is not so easy. But in order for you to bring your dream out of the seemingly empty cosmos into actualization in your life, in order for that to happen, you must have the emotion of the dream fulfilled. Now, if that isn't easy to do, no problem. Write your dream down. Write it down, exactly what it is. A cattle ranch or a building or a musical career or acting or singing or writing or teaching or in industry, whatever it is, write it down and write it out as completely as you can. Put all of the pieces there. You don't worry about how you feel. Just write it down. Get it all written out and make it concise. Spend some time making it as concise as possible. Then go online. Go on Google or Yahoo or someplace and look for every indication of that fulfilled. If, for instance, if I was saying, I have an idea of a different kind of home, not Frank Lloyd Wright, but one that fits with the environment, but one is filled with all kinds of detail, and I can see it in my mind, but it's hard to describe. Then describe it, write it down, get it down on a piece of paper. Then go online, go on Google, and look for every kind of architecture and everything that you can find and look at them. And I promise you, what will happen is that you'll start getting excited. You'll start feeling the excitement, and then own that excitement as yours from your dream. So you can do that. You can do that. That's the help. Thank you.
And I will just quickly add that I've heard this question before, and one of the most powerful things you can do is to get into a state of gratitude, is to ensure that you're feeling gratitude as you're doing the visioning, to be visioning it from the standpoint, not just that it's already happened, but from the standpoint of the gratitude that it's already happened, because that's taking it to a different dimension. And
Absolutely.
when you feel gratitude for something that has not yet occurred, it actually creates a call on the universe that it needs to reformulate and reshape to fulfill that for which the gratitude has been expressed. So, that's maybe going a little further, but
No, well said.
well, and but yeah, Adri, just make sure you include gratitude, and then let's. I'm interested to hear how that might change it for you.
Yes.
We have just two questions left, and so I will be coming to an end at the end of these two quick questions. So, is it necessary? This question comes from Sue. It says, "Is it necessary to frame and articulate my dreams and desires in factual physical terms?" Well, we were just talking about that. What do we do about those more esoteric thoughts and dreams which do not show as physical things?
If let's pretend for a minute, Sue, about an esoteric thought. Let me say that what I want to do is feel more fulfilled in my spiritual life. I want to be able to feel more joy every day. Now, that's a little bit vague, but maybe that's what esoteric means, is to be a little bit vague in the standard life of today. Then if that were true, if I were feeling that, how would my life change? What parts of my life would change? Would I have more joy while I was doing dishes or dusting or shopping for groceries? Would I give myself more pleasure each day by having another cup of coffee or cocoa, or would I go see a friend or talk to someone on the phone? What would I if those esoteric dreams were to become fulfilled? What would the reality of that be? How would that feel? What would the structure of that look like? So you can actually create the structure of an esoteric dream. And that's what we're doing, those of us who are on the spiritual path. We are looking for higher and more expansive states of personal enlightenment. And in order to do that, we have to walk a physical world. We can't go sit on a mountaintop in a lotus position and meditate. We have to walk a physical world. So if I'm creating the fulfillment of my esoteric dreams, how does my real world change? Let that be your focus.
We've got two great deep questions here at the end, and that was the first, and here's the second one that we'll close on. Uh, Lori asks, can you just ask for guidance and go with what shows up?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, you can do that, but I can tell you that unless you're following your dream, the guidance that shows up isn't guidance at all. It's just mind chatter. The guidance that comes to you doesn't say, okay, now here's the plan. I see the plan now. You don't know the plan. You create your mission. I mean, here's what I teach. You get a vision, and then you get a mission to the vision, and you create each step of that mission. You create that and you start following that, always keeping your vision in mind. And the mission keeps changing. The mission keeps changing because the mission is being guided by the great light that's shining through the vision, the great sacred energy of love that's shining from the cosmos through the vision, through the dream into you, and it's guiding you. So you set a mission and you walk that mission, but it changes. It changes. And so, yeah, you're going to be following a changing path. But it is the path, and you can trust it. But if you're not following your dream, if you don't have your eyes on the prize, if you're not staying focused with your heart on your dream, trusting in your heart, if you're not doing that, then the guidance you get is not correct guidance. It's just mind chatter. I love you.
So, just in conclusion, I guess my question, and it's based on my interactions with lots of people over the years. After a talk like today's talk, I know that there will be many people who will be conscious and more aware that they don't have a sacred dream clarified. And some of the questions have already kind of pointed to people that would like to be able to have sort of the juice that having a real strong mission and vision can create. Would it be fair to say that if you don't know what your sacred dream is, what your mission is, that your mission is to find the mission? And
Excellent.
Extrapolate.
Excellent. That's exactly right. Your mission is to find the mission. Your mission is to find the dream. Your vision is the vision of accomplishing that, of finding your dream. And here's some easy steps for that. So I'm sitting Sunday afternoon, and Bob says that I need to find a dream, and I don't have a dream. I don't have a sacred dream. I'm just getting through each day at a time and each week at a time and trying to pay my bills and stay out of jail, and so I don't have any dream beyond that. Do you want a dream? Do you want a purpose? Do you want your life to become more meaningful? Because if you don't, see, there's some people that don't, and God bless you. If that's not who you are, you're fine. In the hive, there are worker bees and there are drones. If you're a drone, you're still valuable. We still love you completely and totally. What you're doing is valuable to the world. You don't have to have a sacred dream. You don't have to go for it if you don't want to. But if you want to, then what you do is you say, if I had a magic wand and I could accomplish one thing this week, if I could accomplish one thing that right now feels beyond me, what would it be? Find out what that is, and then step by step accomplish it this week. Do the same next week. You'll find next week it's a little bit more fun and a little bit more difficult. And then the next week. And then pretty soon the dreams will start reaching out beyond a week, because you'll start following the sacred dream of who you are in eternity. And that will open for you. That's a great question, Randy. Thank you.
Amen. Well, thank you, Reverend Bob, for all your wisdom and for the wonderful talk this morning. We love you. We appreciate you. We're so glad that you're here with us. And with that said now, back to you for the prayer for protection.
So let's do the prayer for protection, and let's do it together. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God unfolds us. The power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Please sing with us. Thank you, Bob. That was a beautiful, beautiful service. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Take it away, Chris.
Thank you.